ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Were we not sold when we got here? Unto our enemies? Sold nigga to Master Charles? Right. Sold nigga to Master Tobar? What? Sold nigga to Master Eugene? What? Did that not happen? These are facts. This is history. Right. Not only is it history, but it's Bible prophecy. Right. Bible prophecy said that this will happen to the Israelites. We reading it today, y'all. We can read now, Master, and we see it plain as day that we are the Israelites. We are God's chosen people, and we are currently suffering the punishment for our disobedience. That's what's happening. Get Exodus 4 and 22.
Get out.
We'll get Exodus 1 and 13 first. I believe.
Like what y'all doing, man. I'm trying to understand what
I know. Read what you got. Exodus 1 and 13, I believe. Which one to say Israel?
This it. Exodus chapter 1 verse 13.
The Exodus is what? When the Israelites exited out of Egypt. Read what you got.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
What?
To serve with rigor.
So in Egypt, they had slaves. Who were those slaves? The Israelites. You remember? Read it again.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
They made them serve with rigor. You know what it means to serve with rigor?
No, what they mean?
Keep reading.
And they made their lives bitter.
They made their lives horrible. Come on.
With hard bondage.
With what?
Hard bondage.
What's another word for bondage? Captive, enslaved, trapped. They did that to the children of Israel. Come on.
In mortar and in brick.
In mortar and in brick. I mean, they was forced to build. Y'all ever see those pyramids in the Valley of the Kings? Where they in Egypt, where you see on the back of your dollar, you see an ancient pyramid of Egypt? Who y'all think built those pyramids? The slaves, the children of Israel, right? The irony in that is the Egyptians are black. Right. And so were the children of Israel. Right. So we get it mixed up. Oh, black. It's not a black thing. It's not a color thing, because the Egyptians were black also. It's a nation thing. Right. God chose the children of Israel out of Egypt. He didn't choose all the black people in Egypt, because if he did, he would have just called everybody. Right. You still on that? Keep reading.
And all manner of service in the field.
In the what?
In the field.
Who y'all know that had to serve in the field? Slaves. But didn't that happen to us in America? Showing you what? It's something going on now. Because the Israelites were forced to be slaves in Egypt. They was forced to be in the field. They were forced to build with brick and mortar. What happened on this side of the world? Who was put in the field? Us. Who was forced to build the White House and the Pentagon? Us. But on the back of your dollar, it's a pyramid. Showing you what? The same slaves that was in Egypt are the same slaves that were brought to the United States of America.
That's right.
God calls us the Israelites.
Right.
But it's spiritual. It's a spiritual thing, because if you're not in the spirit, you won't see it. You won't see that this land is spiritual Egypt. Right. This land, the United States of America, they pattern themselves after ancient Egypt. Right. The first major dominating kingdom that you ever read about in the scriptures is in Egypt. Right? America, ironically, is the last kingdom that's going to be on this earth.
That's right.
God is going to deliver us out of this Egypt, because the word Egypt only means what? Read Exodus 20 and 2. Bring it out. What does the word Egypt mean? This is all in the Bible. You said, what are we teaching? I'm going to show you. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the house of bondage.
The house of what?
Bondage.
What did God call Egypt? The house of what? Bondage.
That's right.
Meaning the house of slaves, not the land of the free and the home of the brave. Right. The home of the slave. Since you hear that, God brought us out of Egypt. Who are those people that God brought out of Egypt? Exodus 4 and 22.
Yes, sir.
Exodus 4 and 22.
Bring it out.
Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 4 verse 22.
Come on.
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus said the Lord, Israel is my son.
No, everybody is my children.
Israel is my son.
God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh that Israel is my son. Come on.
Even my firstborn.
Even my firstborn. What's one thing that you know is about the firstborn? I'll tell you. They receive everything. Your firstborn get the inheritance. It's going in their name when you die. Right? God said that about the Israelites. You understand that? Israel, go tell Pharaoh that Israel is my child. Why did God not tell Moses to go tell Pharaoh that everybody is my children? Because it's not the case.
Wow.
Now this is the Holy Bible. This is the book of Exodus. This is plain English. But because we've been taught Christianity, and most of the stuff we learn in Christianity is not Bible verses. It's rhetoric. It's certain quotes like God is good all the time, and all the time what? God is good. Did you ever read that in the Bible? What about God don't like ugly? No. What's some more they say? God's got a blessing with your name on it. Come as you are. All these things you hear in the church, but you never actually read about in the scriptures. What we're reading about in the scriptures so far is that God told Pharaoh, let my children go. Who were those children? The children of Israel.
Right.
Now, what did he tell the children of Israel when they was let go? Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to tell you what agreement he made with the children of Israel when he let them go. Deuteronomy 28, verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
He said it shall come to pass, meaning in the future, if you hearken diligently, meaning if you listen closely, come on,
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
if you do everything that I'm telling you to do, come on,
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
what did God say he would do for the Israelites if they followed what he said? That he will set them on what? High above all nations of the earth. Did you catch that? God just told the Israelites in the wilderness that now that I got y'all attention, after being enslaved for over 400 years, right? If you do what I say, I'm going to set you on high above all nations of the earth. Does that sound like equality?
Bring it out.
It sounds like God got a favorite. It sounds like God's choosing something right now. But we've been taught that it's just one big pot and mix it all up, and everybody that just says I love Jesus, God's going to look at them the same. But right here we're reading something different. But let's see what the other side of that ultimatum was with the Israelites. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken
If you don't listen
unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
to God's commandments,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God says if you don't listen to what I'm telling you right now, that you're not going to get set on high above all nations of the earth. But I'm going to do the opposite, meaning curse you. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. God told the Israelites, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to do bad things to you. Let's see what one of those bad things are. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
God says bad things will happen to you in the city, and bad things will happen to you in the field. Now, when you look at the city of Pine Bluff, do black people or Hispanics, do we live in the good part or the poor part?
Poor part.
Mainly the poor part, right? But what about over there in Whitehall, in the big houses? Who that mainly consists of? Did you know it's like that in every city on this planet Earth? You go to Little Rock, we in the hood, and they in the high places. They in the cliffs of the rocks. You go to London, you go to New York, you go to Los Angeles, you go to any of these cities, and you go and you want to find blacks and Hispanics. Are you gonna go to the hood, or are you gonna go to the wealthy part? You're gonna go to the hood. Don't you find that suspicious? Because how is it that no matter where we go, we populate the worst part? We the ones that's poverty stricken. We the ones that are low income. We the ones at the unemployment office. We the ones on Section 8. We the ones that need food stamps. We the ones that lean heavily on government assistance. But are we not the most talented people on this earth?
Right.
Are we not the best entertainers? When you turn on the TV, who do you see? What color people? When you turn on the sports, who are the best players? In the Olympic Games, fighting to be an American. Who the one bringing home the gold? Is it them? Is it the real patriots that took this land? Or is it our people that was brought as slaves? It's us.
That's right.
How is it that we possess all these talents, all these skills, all these powers, but we still at the bottom of society no matter where you go? Because God said, if my people, the Israelites, don't do what I say, I'm going to curse them.
What?
He said, curse shall thou be in the city, and curse what?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Mind you, this is future tense, bro. What'd you say your name was? Gavin? Kevin.
Yeah.
God already brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, so it's not talking about what just happened. He says, it shall come to pass, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to force you to slave in a field. Did you catch that? And cursed shall thou be in the field. Now, keep it real, Kevin. Who do you know that was cursed in the field? We the ones that had to pick cotton.
Right.
We the ones that had to pick tobacco.
Right.
We the ones that had to pick rice. Right. It's a whole rice plantation in Stargard still to this day that our people work at day and night. That's the only job out there.
Right.
Why? Because that's a curse on God's people. He said, y'all gonna be cursed in the field, whether you like it or not. Watch this, read verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
God said not only that, but your children are going to be given to another people. When did that happen? So when the 1600s, in the 1700s, if you and your slave wife have a baby, who does that baby belong to? The slave owner.
Slave owner, yeah.
They're going to say that baby going to get their last name. Why you think we all got the Johnson name now? Why you think we all Williams? Why you think we all Brown? Why you think we all Smiths? You think it's by coincidence? Henderson.
Carter.
Scott. These are all slave names. These are not African names, because after all, where did we come from? Did they not come get us off the west coast of Africa? Even in Mexico, even in South Central America, where does the name Ruiz come from? Mendez, Martinez, Ramirez. Those are not Hispanic names. Those are names that were given to them by the European conquistadors from Spain.
Right.
Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez. These are all names that were given to us when we were enslaved. Whenever you have a kid, they come look at him, they check out his vitals. All right, we're going to take him to the Johnston plantation in South Carolina. Was there anything you could do about that? Let's see what the Bible says.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
It says all we could do is cry. Even now, if CPS come take your children, what you going to do? If they say, Calvin, we don't feel like you're fit to be a good father. He's coming with me. Come on, CJ. It ain't nothing you can do. Man, these folks ain't nothing, man. I'm going to take them to court, man. I'm going to sue. Woo, woo, woo. You doing all that woofing ain't going to save you. Because God says our eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. Watch this. Come on.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
God said there's not going to be no might in your hand. You know why there's no might in our hand? What military do the African Americans got that belong to them? Every nation of people got a military but us. The Germans got a military.
Right.
The Irish got a military.
Right.
Where's ours? We don't got one. We don't have no might. We don't have economic might. We don't have political might. We don't have military might. We don't have no might. We just slaves in society trying to get by to the next day. That's a curse, bro. Read.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
A what?
An astonishment.
God says not only are you going to be slaves, not only are you going to pick cotton, not only are you going to be cursed in the city, but you're going to be a great wonder to the nations. They're going to wonder, why are these people like this? Come on.
All right. A proverb and a byword.
A byword meaning your name will constantly change. For example, in this country, big bro, black people have been called Negroes.
Right.
We'd have been called colored.
Right.
We'd have been called African American, right. Afro-American, right. Nigger, hard R. We've been called all these things. Now, who else you know that get a new name every 20 years? Y'all know we only been African American since 1984.
Bring it out.
That's when that name was coined by Jesse Jackson. You know why they changing our name? Because they want us to forget who we are.
Right.
They know the high in society. They know that we are the people in this book. They know that we are the Israelites. Wow. They know that we are the slaves that served under Pharaoh. And God told those same people that if you break my commandments, I'm going to send you into slavery again.
All of the enemy, them are going to be a prey one day. Oh, what time for rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time up, time up. This is the work of God. These are your kingdom reach to the stage of decadence. The water rise up and it's very evident. We come to claim our roots and take back our heritage. We were never savages, taken from the decayed state. No my kindred wait, meditating scriptures and increase with faith. While leading reach destruction await. Bind them kings with chain. Our time to rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. This is Captain Immanuel. Subscribe to IUIC Arkansas on YouTube. First and foremost, scan that QR code. Follow us on all platforms to help us push this truth. Facebook, Instagram, X.com, TikTok, need I say more? Everything. Just type in IUIC Arkansas and hit the follow or subscribe button, alright? Most High in Christ bless.
I want y'all to tell me, how did black people get to America? What form of transportation?
Boat, I guess.
You said by boat, what do you say? You think that's in the Bible? Read verse 68, come on.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
I'm gonna bring you into what?
Egypt again.
Now, we already read, what does Egypt mean? House of what? House of bondage. You remember that? You remember we read that? God says, out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. The word Egypt just means bondage. That's all that word means. We've just been taught to associate Egypt with a specific place because that's what it's called now. But Egypt back then wasn't even called Egypt. The land of Mizraim. And before that it was the land of Ham. It's just called Egypt now because they know that's the land where the Israelites were forced to serve as slaves.
Right.
God said I'm going to send you into slavery again with what?
With ships.
With chips.
With ships.
How are the Israelites going to go into slavery?
With ships.
God said the Israelites were going to slavery with ships.
That's right.
What that sound like, y'all? You see this sign? The transatlantic slave trade.
Get out.
The 1500s, the 1600s, the so-called Negroes today that's on this side of the world, our forefathers, our foreparents were on the other side of the world before they were put on boats and brought over here as cargo to be slaves. We were just born over here. We think it's normal. We think this is home, right? Home sweet home. The land of America. The land of the free. Are we free in this land, y'all? How we free and we still paying taxes?
Bring it out.
How we free and the black man was 3/5 of a man when we got here? How we free if the 13th Amendment say if you go to jail, you nothing more than a slave?
That's right.
You know when you go to jail, you're not even counted in the census anymore.
Right.
You're not a person. And they can make you work for free. And there's nothing you can do about it because you lost your ticket as being a free citizen.
That's
In
right.
Louisiana.
Yeah, in Texas right now, they literally picking cotton. The prisoners, literally.
Right.
So what does that tell you? God says, I'm going to send the Israelites into slavery on ships. The so-called black man was brought over here on ships.
Right.
What does that sound like, at least? Who that sound like we are? We are the Israelites, y'all. I'm going to prove it to you even more. Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
What happened when the European man brought those black men and women to this side of the world? What happened when they got here? You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Were we not sold when we got here? Unto our enemies? Sold nigga to Master Charles?
Right.
Sold nigga to Master Tobar?
What?
Sold nigga to Master Eugene?
What?
Did that not happen? These are facts.
Bring it out.
This is history.
That's right.
Not only is it history, but it's Bible prophecy.
That's right.
Bible prophecy said that this will happen to the Israelites. We reading it today, y'all. We can read now, Master,
That's right.
and we see it plain as day that we are the Israelites.
That's
We are God's chosen people, and we are currently suffering the punishment for our disobedience.
That's right.
That's what's happening. Now, notice I haven't mentioned anything about if the white people are bad. I never said they were bad. I just said the Arabs were bad. You know who was bad? Us. We the ones that was bad. And that's why we in these predicaments. Because God says thou shalt not commit adultery, and that's what we do. God said thou shalt not kill. Who kill each other more than us? God said thou shalt not steal. Who rob more than us? Who drill more than us? Who send that blitz more than us? Nobody. That's what we do because we hate one another. And therefore God has sent a curse upon his people.
Right.
Read what you got. Come on.
for bond men and bond women.
For slave men and slave women. You can't associate that with nobody but us. God said in the future the Israelites going to be slave men and slave women. That's plain as day. But why have we never read that in the Christian church? You know why? Because in the theology schools, they're embedding in these preachers not to tell you these things.
Right.
You understand that? The theology school not going to give you the truth. The only place you're going to get the truth is from the prophets of God.
That's right.
Lucky for you, the prophets of God are back on the earth right now.
Right.
I know we look at these regular people. They are regular people, man. They are prophets. I'm telling you, believe the words I'm telling you. You're looking at the prophets of God.
That's right.
That's who you're looking at. The men you read in the Bible, Peter, Amos, Isaiah, Habakkuk, Jeremiah, Daniel, Obadiah, you're looking at them. They're on earth. Because God says in Ezekiel 37 that in the last days, them dry bones, they're going to come to life again.
Right.
Remember he asked Ezekiel, hey, son of man, can these bones live? Ezekiel chapter 37. That's what you see. That great exceeding army. Now, in Deuteronomy 28, God says you shall be sold for bondmen and bondwomen. So now we understand the Israelites are slaves. Okay, they're slaves. What's the solution? Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. What is the solution for when God sent his chosen people into slavery? Matthew, the first chapter, the 21st verse. Come on.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus.
They should call his name what?
Jesus.
They should call his name what?
Jesus.
So who we about to learn about, Kevin? Jesus. I'm going to show you what this Bible, the Holy Bible, says about Jesus. She shall bring forth a son. She shall call his name Jesus. And what shall he do?
For he shall save his people.
He shall save everybody.
His people.
The whole planet.
His people.
He shall save a specific group of people.
That's right.
Who are his people?
Bring it out.
Matthew chapter 2.
Bring it out!
Verse 5. Who are his people, Kevin? You on?
Everyone.
Huh?
Everyone.
You say everyone? Let's find out. Come on.
Matthew chapter 2 verse 5. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judah, for thus it is written by the prophet, and thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah are not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
Wait. His people, who?
My people Israel.
Who are his people? Israel.
That's
Go back to Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21.
Get out.
Read what you got.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people.
Who did Jesus Christ come to save? His people. Come on.
Right. From their sin.
From their sins. Now, what is sin, Kevin? You don't got to go to it. Do you know what sin is? Let's go to it. 1 John 3 and 4. I'm going to show you what sin is. The book of 1 John, the 3rd chapter, the 4th verse. Come on.
1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of the law. So sin is when what happens? You go against the laws of God. Now, who did God give his laws to? His people. Give me Psalms 147 verse 19. I'm going to make it real plain for you, Kevin. Sin is when you break God's commandments. Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 147 verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
Jacob is the father of the Israelites. Come on.
His statutes and judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation.
No, God is dealing with everyone.
With any nation.
It's the book of Psalms, Kevin.
Bring it out.
I promise you, we did not go somewhere, sit up and make up, conjure this stuff. You can read in your Bible, on your Bible app right now. You can download it. You can see these same words. He says he have not dealt so with any other nation. Come on.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
They have not known them. So who did God give his commandments to? His people.
That's right.
Who are his people? The Israelites.
That's right.
So who sinned against God? Because sin is when you break the commandments. You can only break the commandments if they were given to you. For example, if I tell I got 2 kids. If I tell my kids to wash the dishes, am I going to go next door asking everybody if their kids wash the dishes today? No, because I only gave my commandments to who? My kids, right? So if they break them, who's going to get punished for them? And if they keep them, who's gonna get rewarded for them? If my kids wash the dishes, am I gonna go reward somebody else's kids? No, I'm gonna reward my children. Right. So God gave his commandments to the children of Israel. He said, if you break them, I'm gonna punish you. If you keep them, I'm gonna bless you. Yeah, right. The Israelites broke them. So in Matthew chapter 1, he said he sent his son Jesus Christ to save his people from their sins. Right. Now, do you think Christ taught the same thing? Get Matthew chapter 15, verse 22 through 24.
Bring it up. The boy knows the
Matthew chapter 15.
All of them do. This one right here too.
Matthew 15, verse 22 through 24.
What the other one is?
I'm going to show you what Jesus Christ said himself, Kevin. This is in red letters. Come on.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast, and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David.
Thou son of David. This is going to Christ. Come on.
My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil.
My daughter needs you, Lord. Come on.
But he answered her not a word.
He did what?
Answered her not a word.
He ignored her. Come on.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us.
The disciples, the 12, they came up to Christ and said, hey, why is she over here? Why is she over here, Lord? Do you want us to send her away? Come on.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Wait. Some ain't adding up. What did Jesus just say?
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Kevin, do you understand what Jesus Christ just said? What did he just tell that woman that wanted his help?
He can't help you.
He said, I can't help you. Why?
Because you're not part of the
He said, I'm here on a specific mission.
Right.
I was only sent for the children of Israel.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.